Simplicity of the heart. The skies were open and full. There were not the big, wide-winged birds that float so easily from valley to valley, nor even a passing cloud. The trees were still, and the curving folds of the hills were rich in shadow. The eager deer, consumed with curiosity, was watching, and suddenly darted away at our approach. Under a bush of the same color as the earth was a flat-horned toad, bright-eyed and motionless. To the west, the mountains were sharp and clear against the setting sun. Far below was a big house. It had a swimming pool, and some people were in it. There was a lovely garden surrounding the house. The place looked prosperous and secluded, and had the particular atmosphere of the rich. Farther down a dusty road was a small shack in a dry field. Poverty, squalor, and toil, even at that distance, were visible. Seen from the height, the two houses were not far apart. Ugliness and beauty were touching each other. Simplicity of the heart is of far greater importance and significance than simplicity of possessions. To be content with few things is comparatively easy. To renounce comfort or to give up smoking and other habits does not indicate simplicity of the heart. To put on a loincloth in a world that is consumed with clothes, comforts, and distractions does not indicate a free being. I really liked that kind of specific passage because I thought it was really interesting how he mentioned that the world was taken up by clothes, comforts, and distractions. There was a man who had given up the world and its ways, but his desires and passions were consuming him. He had put on the robes of a monk, but he did not know peace. His eyes were everlastingly seeking, and his mind was riven with his doubts and hopes. Outwardly, you discipline and renounce. You chart your course, step by step, to reach the end. You measure the progress of your achievement according to the standards of virtue. How you have given up this or that, how controlled you are in behaving, how tolerant and kind you are, and so on and on. You have learnt the art of concentration, and you withdraw into a forest, a monastery, or a darkened room to meditate. Pass your days in prayer and watchfulness. Outwardly, you have made your life simple, and through this thoughtful and calculated arrangement, you hope to reach the bliss that is not of this world. But is reality reached through external controls and sanctions? Though outward simplicity and putting aside of comfort is obviously necessary, will this gesture open the door to reality? To be occupied with comfort and success burdens the mind and heart, and there will be freedom to travel. But why are we so concerned with this outward gesture? Why are we so eagerly determined to give an outward expression of our intentions? Is it not the fear of self-deception or what another might say? Does not the whole problem lie within the desire to be sure, to be convinced of our own importance in becoming? The desire to be is the beginning of complexity. I liked that one sentence because it really felt like the main point. Driven by the ever-increasing desire to be, inwardly and outwardly, we accumulate or renounce, cultivate or deny. Seeing that time steals all things, we cling to the timelessness. The struggle to be positively or negatively through attachment or detachment can never be resolved by an outward gesture, discipline or practice. But the understanding of the struggle will bring about naturally and spontaneously the freedom from outward and inward accumulation with their conflicts. Reality through any means, all means, and ends of form of attachment and they must cease for the being of reality. Yep.